Hey there guys, welcome to episode 12 of the QPR Career Mode. If you're not all nice and caught up, go check out the playlist, get yourself caught up, and then of course welcome to today's episode. Today we are in the final stretch of the January transfer window, season 1, so we're well and truly on our way to finishing this first season now. We're getting there and things are looking pretty good. I'm very happy indeed. Now, at the end of the last episode, we signed ourselves a new player. If those don't remember, we signed ourselves Singh, a replacement cam to come in for Anderson, who we did sell, but we picked up Singh on a free, which is a very QPR thing to do. Bring him in, less money, less wages and stuff, but also potential. Bit younger than Anderson. I think he's 5 or 6 years younger than Anderson. I think he's 30. So good depth to go along our other signing this career mode, which is Thomas as a rotation left back, a little bit younger than Kenneth Powell. So down the line, we'll come in and replace him. I will say again, early doors, I have still got this real annoying tickly cough, so apologies if I'm coughing away as we go through things. But I did ask at the end of the last episode, what players should we look to maybe bring in from the players that I had shortlisted? Now, a couple of other signing options, a couple of other players that I had sort of thrown out there as maybes or as options. And there were a few people with a few names to pick up. Obviously, I had scouted that Perisic was there. We had the odd one or two sort of saying maybe sign Perisic. I do think it's maybe a level of unrealism. So I'm going to avoid signing Perisic just because I don't think he would join a championship side, in all honesty. So I think I will give him a skip on this one, but thank you for those who were suggesting it. We also had a couple of people say sign Wheatley or Washington. The reason we cannot sign them this season is just wages. Even getting them in on loan, I did a little bit off camera just to see what it was going to be like, and then I wasn't going to save it, and I was just going to reload it up just to sort of test the waters rather than trying to mess around with it in the video. Neither of them were willing for us to pay any less than 80% of their wages, which is considerably more than anyone else in the club is on, and they would be rotation options. So I'm going to hold fire on bringing them in on loan, with maybe the opportunity of picking one of them up next season on a permanent. We'll have a look and see how many games they played this season. Next season, we'll have a look at it. And maybe we'll look to bring one of them through. It might end up being like, depending on the starting rating for Wheatley, he might end up going out on loan, get some game time, go up, and then sort of come back to us as a bit more of a rotation option to come straight in. Washington is joint level with our highest rated strikers nearly, so he would come in as immediate rotation to build his way to being first team. So just thought I'd sort of update you guys on why we aren't particularly going for those three. Couple of other players and names that were thrown around, people that we have already scouted, the likes of Poku. I think it was a comment that was put on a video before us doing the deal with selling Anderson and then bringing in Singh. So Poku, again, is an option that we're possibly going to look at next season. We'll see where the squad is at. We'll see what like areas of the pitch we need to improve on and bring in some good potential or whatever it is we're looking for. So Poku is probably going to be on our radar for next season. But another player that I sort of threw out there as a maybe and seemed to get a little bit of like around the move is Amati. So my thought process is going to be, I'm going to save this move for deadline day. If another offer comes in for the likes of Cook, we'll maybe look to cash in on Cook and then bring Amati in. A couple of years younger, one rating higher than Cook, has experience at this level, and I think he'd be a good signing. So that is what we're going to do. Deadline day, we'll maybe push in and get this Amati deal over the line. Couple of quick updates. We have had the Playmaker Plus added to one of our young players, Issam Ahmed. So he is now a Cam Playmaker Plus, which is just worth sort of noting. And we did have a message from Jimmy Dunn. I'm not sure what he's saying. He's just happy to sort of be back in the team. Okay, here we are on deadline day. I'm going to go forward an hour at a time, just see if anything happens, any offers in for us. And if nothing has come in for Cook before the 5th hour, then we go in for Amati. That is going to be the play. I'd like to bring Amati in anyway. And I think Jimmy Dunn is going to be a little bit miffed because he sort of has specific... Oh, wait, offers withdrawn? EA, I'm really sorry. You've got to fix this, man. Okay, so we've gone back in time a little bit here because apparently I had offers for players that I had no notifications for. I don't know what it is that I need to check or confirm or what, but it's meant to come up that we've had an offer. You're meant to get an email to say offer in for such and such, but it doesn't. It doesn't do that. So I'm just going to very quickly now go over here, and I'm going to keep updated on this tab. Every single day, I'm going to stop it, and we're going to have a look at that tab, because we had 3 offers in for players that I wasn't informed we had offers for, and therefore clubs pulled out of the deal. It's really annoying. Let me know, guys, if this is something that you guys get as an issue as well, because it shouldn't happen. Okay, offering for Benny that we are going to say no to. I think there's good potential for Benny down the line, and I'd like to get him loaned out and see what he can sort of do rating-wise, see where that goes. Offer in for Jimmy Dunn, which is quite an interesting one. It's not Dunn that I really want to sell, if I'm being honest with you, just because Dunn's obviously got a good few years still in him. So I'm not gonna accept that from Luton. We're gonna stick with Jimmy Dunn. I think it's still Steve Cook is the sensible player for us to maybe look to offload in that position. So back to deadline day, and again, I'm going to just check after every single hour just to see if anything comes through, because apparently the game doesn't have to tell me that we have anything come through. We have to go and check. It's a bit ridiculous. We've also been offered the Northern Ireland international job. Sure, exciting times. It is a no from me, but it's worth mentioning and being excited about. Still nothing in at the moment, so it could end up being we fully now miss out on an offer for Steve Cook, which would be very annoying, considering there was one on the table. I just wasn't informed about it. Offering for Ryan Coley, that is a loan to buy. I don't want a loan to buy him, but you know what? I would loan him out for a season. I would loan out Ryan Coley to get game time, because again, I don't want his sort of potential to be stunted by not getting much game time. I'd happily see him go out on loan if they're willing to actually play him. I'd be absolutely here for that. Are they down for the loan? 2-year loan. Oh, it's still ongoing. Okay, you know what? Fine. I'll happily. We'll play that one by ear. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that pans out. I keep clicking on things that I don't want to click on, and it is rather annoying. But we're at the halfway mark now. 5 hours to go. Let's see if there's anything else. Ryan Coley still on that. But I'm a man of my word. I said at the halfway mark, we would go in and get the Amati deal done. That is what we are going to do. I'm going to offer an ambitious wage. Nothing crazy. He'll be down as important, let's be real. I don't want him to want crucial. If he wants crucial, it could be a problem. That's fine. 3 years, great. I was going to offer him 2, so 3 is fantastic. Absolutely here for 3 years as a contract. No release clause is also fine with me. You want me to put the money on the table. You absolute frauds. Okay. I'm going in with an ambitious... Oh, it's going to do 8.5. I'm going to do 9 because I don't think that's too far off the mark. And we'll see what they say to 75 grand on the table as well. Let's see what they say to that. £9,000 a week, 75 on the table. Bosh. Let's go. It recommended 13. 9 is what was accepted. Absolutely here for that. There was no negotiation or mixing around with it. Straight up, deal done. Final day, deadline day transfers, and it is Amati joining Queen's Park Rangers. I'm very, very happy with that. I think it's a good addition to the squad. I think it's a good replacement for Cook in this sort of short interim period where his rating is going to slowly start to deteriorate. And I think it's a real positive move as well. Brings us back to 4 70+ rated centre-backs, which is a real good spot to be in. I think depth in this sort of latter stage of the season is going to be very important. But I'm very happy with Amati coming through. Big deal done. And yeah, some great championship experience there coming through the doors. Very happy with Amati indeed. Obviously, it's going to be an A rating because it's a free, and all free transfers are A ratings. We know he's 71 rated. Let's get him straight into that squad. Now, I know he's just said thank you for all the game time. I've got bad news, Jimmy, my friend. I'm afraid you're no longer on the bench, fella. But that's okay. I don't think it's a huge problem. I think it's okay. I'm absolutely fine with this. I think this team's looking pretty strong. I think it's looking pretty good. I think Amati and Thomas will both be players that work themselves into that first team quite consistently and over a relatively short period of time. I do see them, maybe even next season, being sort of starting players for us. But I'll just work my way through the remainder of this transfer window. And if anything else happens, I'll let you guys know. It looks like Coley is going to go out on a short-term loan to France. But if anything happens, I'll let you know. There it is. Ryan Coley confirmed off to the French capital. I think it'll be a really interesting move for him. Hopefully he comes back having a few games under his belt. Good game time, good minutes. and maybe, who knows, a bit of growth as well. That would be quite nice. It would be good to see Rayan Kohli get himself a good little bit of progression by the time he comes back. Big fan of Rayan. I think he's going to be a real solid little player. I just think he needs some game time. But that is deadline day done. The doors slam shut, and we are happy with our business. 3 transfers in, a loan or 2 out with a sale. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy with all the moves we've made there, and I don't think we've really got too much to worry about squad depth-wise. One of the things we had a bit of an issue with in the last episode is the board being upset with us that I'm not ticking off enough objectives and doing enough targets. So I'm going to just send a short 3-month scout out to look for some defenders for us, because they specifically wanted us to bring a youth defender into the first team. So what I'm doing is I'm going to just send a quick 3-month agent out there just to see if we can basically just bring somebody through. That's sort of the vibe here. See if we can find someone half decent that is old enough for us to call up and just tick that objective off. Just give them one less thing to whinge about. But with our business off the pitch being done, it's time to get back to business on the pitch and see if we can keep up the winning ways here. I'm going to change the kits real quick because I don't want that kit clash. But we're just going to go in with our strongest 11. I think it makes the most sense realistically to just try and keep up, just keep using our strongest team where possible, because with it coming to like crunch time in the league now, I think us securing as many points as early as possible is going to prove to be pretty huge. So fingers crossed that's what we do. Fingers crossed we come away with the 3 points. And yeah, first against 22nd. Bit of a London derby, bit of a scrappy one. Let's see if we can come out on top. QPR versus Millwall. The cough's coming back, but let's go for it, boys. Come on, you ours. Dembele with a little bit of space here on the right-hand side. Cuts inside really nicely. Finds Chair, but gets it straight back. And Dembele, edge of the box. Oh, it's a really good effort, but it's a very, very nice save. It needed to be as well. That was a good shot. It was sort of really curling, and it was on its way to finding that top corner. Would have been a lovely, lovely start to the game there. But we do have the corner. Can we get something from this? Sato inside, aimed towards Seller. It's well defended. It's going to drop to Dembele, who has another shot, but it's deflected wide. Oh, the cross is a good effort, good thought. A little bit too near the keeper, though, from Sato. Leonard with the ball here, bringing it forward, but Chair's done a really good job there, just keeping them back, just stopping them from really progressing. One thing I've noted a little bit here is, I was about to say, they're not passing it back quite as often as they did in the first time we played them. I stand corrected. Kind of forgot that Millwall was the team that I used as a bit of a representative for this style of play in this career mode, because they were the team that did it the most. Yeah, I really needed to score those early chances, didn't I? Great tackle there from Sato, and a good spot on the pitch as well. And now he's going to play it through to Chair. Chair, look at that run from Seller. It's in between 2 defenders, but that first touch, so unfortunate. If he could have just taken it past his man there with that first touch, he was clean through and goal. And with how good Seller is in front of goal, I'd have bagged him to score one. Oh, lovely, lovely interception there from Seller. Loose pass, I think it was from Tanganga, but we're going to try and play it back. I wanted it to Dembele, but instead he finds it back to Field. Field can't quite feed that one through to Chair, but Madsen picks up the loose ball. Seller turns his man. Seller, odd angle, good effort, but it's a good save. Finds Sato edge of the box. It's just over the bar, high and wide, and not particularly handsome, but it wasn't a bad bit of play. The shot could have been a bit better. It's a little bit squiffed there, but it doesn't quite find the back of the net. Good early opening interactions here from us. 30 minutes in, we've had a good 4, maybe 5 chances at the goal. A good couple of efforts on target as well. Sadly, though, none of them hit the back of the net just yet. But there's still time. There's still a whole other half. But the first half, there's still a chance maybe for us here. As Field wins it and heads it down to Dembele. Dembele inside to Chair, looks up, sees Madsen, who's not too bad from this kind of range. Oh, it's not a bad effort, but again, it's another very, very good save. Have to say, Jensen is having a really, really good shift here in front of the net. He's had a good couple of things to deal with, and he's dealt with all of them pretty well. But again, we're pushing them up high here, high pressure, and there's potentially a high reward to be found here. Dembele going to try the Trivela, hits the defender, and the keeper makes another save. But again, it falls to Dembele. We are getting unlucky here. We just need to hit the back of the net. These chances are going to potentially be a little bit few and far between in the second half if Millwall play the way we know that they can in this save. But, man, we have not been bad at all. We just haven't been, damaging enough. We just haven't got rid of that clean sheet. We very easily could have done. It just hasn't materialised for us as of yet, and that is going to be half time here. 45 minutes to go after a pretty solid 45 minutes in that first half. Can't really complain. Jensen has just made a really good handful of saves. Seller with a good effort. Dembele had a really good effort or two. It's been a close one, but we need to find that opening goal. I don't think there's any changes I'm particularly going to make straight away here. At some point, I would like to give Amati his debut, and at some point, I would like to bring on Thomas. Part of me is tempted to bring on Frey, because Frey just does the job, doesn't he? Frey really just does the... You know what? Second half, at some point, Michael Frey will step foot on this field, but for now, for the start of the second half, it's the same 11, and I believe we can get something from this. Come on, you Oz. Yet again, we do have Millwall pegged back here a little bit, and Chair's done really well to win it, and then also to keep it on the pitch, because it looked like it was going off here. But Madsen got to kind of keep it himself, because Sellers offside. Play it round a little bit here, just find a little bit of space. Madsen, go on, mate. Find the back of the net. Nicholas Madsen. Absolutely things you love to see. He hasn't scored many. That might actually be his first of the season, but he does find the back of the net at a crucial time as well, in a game that was looking to be difficult to break them down eventually and find the back of the net. But Janssen has done exactly that. Madsen, not Janssen. Jensen's the keeper. Madsen's the goal scorer. That's what matters there. Lovely stuff. 1-0. It took us best part of an hour, but we did eventually break the deadlock here. And I do think it was a matter of when, not necessarily if. And I'm glad that we did score there, because that gives us half an hour to just kind of let them mess around with it at the back if they want to mess around with it at the back. That's absolutely fine. Is it his first goal? It is. 1 goal in 23. Absolutely here for it. And I'm going to use this opportunity here to make a couple of changes. Amati on and Thomas on. And you know what? We're going to bring on Frey. I said he'll get some minutes, and I'm a man of my word. Those changes actually did happen straight away as well, which is quite nice. So they happened just after the goal. 1-0 up, 3 changes on the pitch, and it's 1-0 QPR. Come on. Frey, closing down high up the pitch there. And it is a matter of kind of pushing them back and then waiting for them to make a bad mistake or a bad pass, just like they've done 2 there in quick succession. We couldn't quite utilise them, but that wasn't a bad bit of play. It was a good chance maybe there. Oh, good tackle from Frey, but again, it just falls back to Millwall. This is what you're seeing here is what I'm doing in all the sections you guys can't see, or that I'm not including in the cut here, because it's not the most riveting thing to watch, but it's how some AI set up. I don't really get why. I have tried it in other difficulties as well. And in career mode, there are just presets and teams that set up this way. And it is quite infuriating. It is quite frustrating. But the only way to get rid of it is to change the AI setup for all matches. And they all play the same way, which is in itself quite dull. Chair up high here and wins a header, and he's going to find Frey, who's got acres of space because no one's closing him down. And Michael Frey, it's a good effort. It was just rising too high, but I think we've actually been given the free kick there for a foul on the edge of the box. I think that has been given, and I think it has gone our way. But we do make changes. Madsen off for Varane. We also took off Dembele for Singh, and we took off Powell for Thomas, I believe, is the final change that I made there. So let's just see if Ilias Chair can maybe double the lead in a good free kick. Oh, and there it is, boys. Ilias Chair makes it 2, and Derby Day has gone the way of Queen's Park Rangers. Absolutely here for it. Huge result. Lovely goal from Ilias as well. I do love a free kick in FC25. I got pretty good at them at 24. 25, I think I'm pretty consistent in Ultimate Team. I do score a good handful of free kicks. So it's great to see. Really happy with that. Big result and a lovely finish into that top corner. Jensen has had a pretty good day today, it has to be said. But in this second half, we've just found the right shots at the right times. And yeah, that's a really good finish. The wall didn't move. If the wall jumped, they actually maybe could have stopped that in the first place, because maybe I wouldn't have been able to get it up and over him. But it is what it is. It's 2-0, and that should be all she wrote. I said it should be all she wrote, and it in fact was. I'm really happy with that. Huge result. 2 brilliant goals in the end. Really lovely free kick from Ilias and a lovely strike from Madsen. Sort of just inside the edge of the box. But 2-0, great result. 3 more points. Millwall's still down and amongst it. That doesn't get them out of the bottom 3. And we sit, thankfully, at the top of the table. Really happy with that start today. Huge result for us there. And I'm over the moon, genuinely, with that. Just the way that we combated, I guess, the really difficult way that AI set up in those situations. It could be an absolute nightmare to break down. But let's just see if we've got any players in the team of the week, or if, in fact, that's been updated yet. I don't think it's been updated. But either way, I'd be surprised if Ilias isn't in there. He played a blinder. Development plan for Sato. So he is now a plus left mid winger. absolutely here for that. Yes, please. Or wide midfielder, I should say. He's now a wide midfielder because that is how I believe we play him. Oh, no, we play him at winger. That was it. We play him at winger. It is purely because I wanted to get the specific stats up. But I'm going to now train him as a wide playmaker to get him up to 4-star weak foot. That's the next thing. We're basically, boys, we're just... Oh, do I want to go inside forward, actually? No, I want that composure up. Yeah, I want the composure up. Let's do that. We're going to get the composure up a little bit there. Get his strength up as well, which would be quite nice. But Sato's really starting to become a good little player. 75 rated now. I think he's joint highest, unless Chair's gone up. He has. He's not joint highest, but he's still pretty good. He's starting to really, really grow and progress, which is great to see. Garner, I did call up. He's a left back, and I thought it would appease the board, but it didn't. Okay, into the FA Cup here, up against Norwich. And actually, I did forget to change Nardi to Walsh, because I'd like to give Walsh, obviously, a little bit of a chance in the Cups. But you can see a pretty much fully changed 11, bar Ilias Chair. We have Walsh in goal. Thomas and Amati get themselves their first starts, I believe, both. I don't think Thomas has started a game yet, but Thomas and Amati start with Jimmy Dunn and Ashby. We have Madsen and Varane as the holding midfielders. Smith on the left, Singh on the right. Chair stays in and is captain for this game down the middle with Mitchy Frey up top. Optimistic that we can come away with something here and progress into the next round of the FA Cup. I believe this is round 4. So it'd be nice to move further on. I believe it is still well within my targets to get to the round of 16, I think is what the board want, which is a big ask. It's a very, very big ask. It's doable, though. It's very doable. So without further ado, it's Norwich versus QPR. Come on, you arse. Chair has the ball here. He's going to try and find Mitchy Frey. This is where you kind of want Seller through, but Frey's made himself enough space. He didn't have to be that quick, and he's found the back of the net there. He is absolutely on fire, boys. I love Mitchy Frey. The man just scores. It has to be said in real life as well. He just puts in a shift pretty much every single game. He works his socks off. QPR, for those who aren't QPR fans and watch this series, QPR are currently in abysmal form in real life. And Michael Frey, I think, is one of the standout players that actually at least gives himself credit out there pretty much every single time he's on the pitch. And this is no different. It's a lovely, lovely start. Michael Frey finds himself another goal this season. It's 5 in his last 2 matches. Absolutely incredible. Well done, Mikey. Well done, my boy. It's 1-0 QPR. Norwich with the ball here down our right-hand side. Ashby with work to do now. Got to keep his man out. Ball played in but to the edge of the box. Well done there from Madsen. Wins that well. And Chair sits down there, number 26. Not the best run there from Smith, or Singh, I should say, but actually a lovely ball from Ashby to get it back into Singh here. And Singh now with an option. Where's Frey? He's not in there, but Paul Smith is, of all players. We've got not much height when you look in the attacking third of the pitch, apart from Frey. So aiming it towards anyone but Frey was always going to be a difficult one. But really good play. That ball from Ashby was lovely. Varane out wide here to Singh. Singh sees the run from Frey, but Frey does just venture offside. Singh, I've tried to overwork it just a little bit. I wanted to try and find a little bit of space to play it to either an Ilias or a Mitchy, but the pass didn't really appear itself. But we're playing really nicely. We're keeping Norwich relatively quiet in our defensive third, and that's all I can really ask for while we're 1-0 up. Norwich now try to play it through, but really well read there from Jimmy Dunn. Does so well to just stand his ground, keep that ball, and help us bring it away. And maybe turn defence into attack now as Singh sees the run from Ilias. It's maybe a little bit... Should have either played it with more power and further through, or I should have played it over the top. One or the other, but not what I did. Madsen brings this ball through now. Madsen, not quite. Again, it's unfortunate with this sort of just getting into that final third. And we had a couple of times where we're just losing out. Had a few times with Singh where he's just not quite kept it. Madsen there. And we had one as well with Ilias. But we're just not quite getting enough chances from the amount of possession we're getting in the final third. What a ball that is, though. Mitchy Frey just wide of the mark. What a beautiful cross that was in there from Singh. And Frey does so well just to make sure he's the man to get on the end of it. Aims for that far corner. And it is just a whisker wide. It could very easily be 2, maybe 3's pushing it, but we could easily have doubled our lead at some point in this first half. But I think as soon as this is kicked, the ref is going to say, you know what? Let's have a quick break. And there it is. There it is. That's the whistle blown, and that is half-time. Really good first half showing from us there. I'm very, very happy with the display, and I'm happy with the boys. This, again, good rotation, getting some players out there that don't get that many minutes at times. And a really, really good start for us. So over the moon with that one. I am actually going to make a change here. Chair is going to make way purely just stamina. Just give him as much chance to recover and ready for the next fixture as possible. Move Singh into the middle. His stamina is a little bit on the low side of things. He does get tired a touch easier than I'd like to see. Where actually is his stamina stats? 63, so it is a little bit low. So he's going to be tired at the end of this one. He probably won't play the entire 90, but we've got options on the bench. Dembele can come on at cam. I don't think Sato can play there, but I could always bring him on there if I needed to. Only other change I will make is I'm going to take off Madsen and bring on Colback. Hasn't really featured much for us in this series. Not really a player that kind of works in a career mode sense. He's obviously slightly older, one of the lower rated players in the position. So he's never really going to get as many minutes for us, but he's going to get minutes today. We'll see how he does. Hopefully, boys, it's just kind of more of the same. I'd like a second. That would be quite nice, but I'm not upset with a 1-0 win. So let's see what happens. Ball here with Smith. Smith now going to try and take this out of the defence. Touch was slightly heavier than I expected. Didn't quite pan out how I wanted, but Singh wins the ball really nicely here, high up the pitch. Plays it inside to Smith. Smith tries to lay it off the fray. Didn't quite make its way through to him, but it was close. It was a good effort. Colback with a little bit of space to run into here. He's going to be closed down quite quickly in the end. I did try and lay it off to Smith, but now Colback is going to be a little bit out of position. He's going to try and sprint back there to get there. Amati going to step in and does really well. It's given us a foul. I guess I can kind of see that it was a foul there, but I have to say, Amati's not had too much to do. He's had one or two things, and outside of that, he's actually done pretty well at all of them, but we have made a good handful of changes here. So let me see if I remember everyone. Sato on, Dixon Bonner on. We also brought on, I'm going to have to pause it just to let you guys know. We also brought on Dembele. So that is Smith off, that is Varane off, and it is Singh off. Singh had a really good game today. I'd actually go as far to say possibly up there with man of the match. I think him and Frey, have both been up there with a really good performance from both, but that was a close effort there because Walsh was not getting to that. There was some welly in that one, some real venom put in that one. But yeah, man, that could have been a close one. But some of the new boys have had really good games today. Thomas has had a really good game. Singh has had a good game. And like I say, Amati hasn't had too much to do, and that foul is maybe the only foot he's really put wrong in the match. But from limited options and requirements, overall, really happy with the performance from a lot of the new lads today. But 10 minutes to go, it's still 1-0. It's still not done yet. Colback with a chance to bring this ball forward here. Colback going to look out wide there, finds Sato. Sato going to wait for the overlap here from Thomas. Thomas, can we get that ball in there? Mitchy Frey is asking for it. He's going to get over the defender, not quite well won in the end from the centre-back. Mitchy competing for it, but couldn't quite get there. Colback's done really well there, actually. That's a really, really nice win and a simple pass off. He's going to win it again. His position is really good, Colback, which doesn't surprise me because obviously he's a very experienced lad. Maybe time for one last chance here. Sato going to just keep this ball out wide. Going to take it wide again. Get in there for me, Mitchy, mate. Get in there for me. Good win. Brings it down. Tries to play it off to Sato. It is going to be a corner. We're in the 95th minute, so this really should be done and dusted as soon as whatever happens from the corner happens. And Mitchy Frey makes it just to secure the path into the next step, the next round, whatever you want to call it. But that is 2-0. Another late goal to get the 2-goal cushion. Really happy with it. And Mitchy Frey, mate, he just does what needs to be done. He really does. Massive fair play to him. It's phenomenal display from Mitchy. He's yet again had a really, really good game. He just cannot be stopped. We love Mitchy Frey. He's an absolute beast, mate. And yeah, it makes me want to use him more and more. But I just know that down the line, he's just not going to end up being what we need. It's just not going to end up being who we need to have in the squad. And his rating's going to drop because of his age. It absolutely sucks, but really good performance, really convincing performance as well, which is massive. That is just as important as progression into the next round, in my opinion. But yeah, really happy with the result. It's 3 big points. Wait, it's not points. No, it's big progression into the next round. That's what I meant. Super happy with the result. Huge result for us there. And again, just staying in the cup is absolutely massive. A few role updates and emails and stuff to go through. So we'll just go through these real quickly. I can see that Santos has progressed to a plus wing back, which is great to see. I'm actually just going to boost him now in the fullback department. Just gets his defending up a little bit, gets the weak foot up as well. It'd be nice to have him on 3 or 4 star weak foot. That'd be really good. And I think it was also Smith. Yeah, Smith is now a plus winger. Again, great, love that. Let's see if we can. Oh, we can't boost his weak foot at all. Wow, that's a real shame. Okay, he is, I believe, now then hit the peak of what he can get to this season. So we'll whack him on balanced. It's a potential that he might go up a little bit rating-wise, but the stats kind of don't indicate that massively there. We will have a look through some unread messages. Need to let you know, really some stuff. You're still doing a job, man. You're still doing a job, Ken, mate. The only reason you weren't is because it was a cup. I wanted to rotate you a touch. Fox as well really isn't going to get too much game time, even if we just pin it down to his performance in real life against Portsmouth. But the less said about that, I think, the better. But obviously, a little bit of admin stuff at the start of the episode today. A few things going on. For those who don't know, I'm currently in the process of changing from one job to another, moving companies and stuff. So I'm a little bit hectic and strapped for time. So it is going to be a slightly shorter episode, quite possibly today. So I apologize for that. But we are going to round this one up here. I'm going to try and get the episodes maybe a little bit shorter, but just get it back to being a little bit more consistent, just so you guys are aware. So we're going to round this one up here. If you guys have enjoyed it, please leave a like on the video. Supports me, the video, the channel, and the series out a whole bunch. If you're new, hit the sub button and turn notifications on to be told at any time that we upload a video. And yeah, guys, check out the links in the description for links to all of my other social medias, all the other platforms that I make content on, and of course to our channel sponsors. If you do check them out, thank you so much. Supports me massively. But for now, guys, thank you for watching. I've been Tom. You guys have been awesome, and I'll see you very soon. Look after yourselves, and of course, wash your hands. Take care.